I am Dr. Eileen Manoukian, and I specialize in early childhood education, and I'm also a parenting coach. Today, we want to talk about parenting styles, which is a very interesting topic, I think. Let's talk about what is a parenting style. So, parenting style is a pattern and attitudes and behaviors that parents express toward a child that creates an emotional parenting climate. So let's talk about how do we choose our style. Most people, most parents choose one of the three ways that I'm going to explain. They either copy their parents unconsciously, they do whatever their parents did with them. They might consciously decide that they are going to do exact opposite of what their parents did because they did not like what their parents did. And the third way is that they research and educated themselves on how to parent, and they are going to use their research and education um, on how to parent their children. So now take a moment and think about, how do you parent your child? Has there been a time that you caught yourself thinking, oh, I sound exactly like my mother? Or, oh, this is what my father would have said. Think about it and see if you're unconsciously copying your parents or you're consciously going the opposite direction and doing exactly opposite of what your parent would do at that situation with you. Or did you choose consciously based on research and the readings and studyings that you did on how to parent the child? So let's talk about the three major types of parenting. There are three main types of parenting. The first one is the authoritarian parenting. An authoritarian parenting is explained as a parent know best approach that emphasizes obedience. So the parent tells the child, this is what I say, and it goes because I say it has to be this way. So these parents are taking the approach that I know better, so you have to listen to me. Then the second one is permissive parenting style, which has very few behavioral guidelines because the parent doesn't want to upset the child. So they go with whatever the child wants. It's exact opposite of authoritarian parenting style. Then there is a third one, which is the authoritative parenting style, which is a balance between caring. It has a very caring tone, but it also has structure and consistency. So these parents are parents who explain to their children what they do. The child knows exactly what is expected from them, but they are also very caring and compassionate towards their parents. There is a fourth type of parenting, which is called neglectful parenting, which is basically the parent neglects the child completely, which we're not going to talk about that one. So think about it. Which one of these three parenting styles do you use? Are you an authoritarian, a permissive, or authoritative parent? And each one of them has its benefits and each one of them has its flaws. Which one is the one that you are choosing for your future child, or you're already doing with your children right now? Consider this scenario. Johnny is a 3-year old who at mealtime eats half of his meal and then starts playing with his food. And then after playing with his food, he dumps the food on the floor and he thinks it's funny. He starts laughing. You're the parent, and you want to teach Johnny not to do that. How would you react to this situation? Are you going to completely ignore what Johnny did? Just pick up the food from the floor, put it in the trash, and go on to the other activity or to the next adventure in life? Or you're going to get upset with Johnny and punish him and send him to his room? Or you're going to talk to Johnny and explain to him that food is not toy. We should not waste food. We don't dump food on the floor. Now that it is on the floor, let's help each other and pick up the food. We're going to go throw the food in the trash and um, talk to Johnny to make him understand that what he did was not acceptable and that he's not going to repeat that next time, and make sure that he understands what you're telling him. Um, Now, I'm sure that this question comes up for you. What if there are two parents and each one of them has a different parenting style? Is it dangerous? Is it bad? Is it good? What should you do? Should both parents have the same parenting style? It is it is desired to have a parenting style that is at least similar, but it is not a bad thing to have two different parenting styles as long as they are not complete opposites. If Because the child will learn that there are different ways of handling a situation, and they will have a special relationship with each parent. Now, if you do have different parenting styles, you have to be careful not to argue in front of your child about the way you discipline the child or your partner disciplines the child. Make sure that you do all your conversations and your discussions somewhere that your child is not present, and it's you have the privacy of talking, and never ask the child which one he likes, because that's not the way to go. Children are not the decision makers on how they need to be disciplined or how they need to be raised. It's your decision as parents, and you are doing an amazing job. You're doing a great job. All parents are doing the best they can. We're just here to make it a little bit more joyous and make it a little bit more fun. And if there is anything that we can help, I will be more than happy to help you.